they do, y'all?
All right.
How y'all doing out there?
Hello.
All right, so we back with another one today.
Hey.
Yeah, we back with another one.
Okay.
We back with another one, T.
And another one. Yes.
We back with the finale.
Oh my goodness.
Right, trying to bring in the 1 year anniversary Gemini season coming in. Huh?
Oh my gosh. Can we give ourselves like a round of applause?
Okay.
Like, come on now. Like, I'm gonna discuss it. Like, I was like, you know what? Let's give it our all. Like 5 years minimum, right?
Okay.
And that's what we agreed to, right?
Right.
That was like 5 years, and 1 year went down. And a lot that I learned in the first year, I was like, oh, okay. And like DP said, this is a job. I was like, oh, okay, so you're right. So I'm telling you, this is not easy. And I was like, well, first off, let me thank you, DP, okay? And it's just, I didn't see myself doing this with no one else.
Okay.
And that conversation that we had over a year ago, and it's just a blessing, like real talk, for us to still be here and to continue to grow and continuously. When it's our time, it's our time. Everyone has their season. And I appreciate your patience with me. I appreciate your patience with T. I appreciate your patience with Terica. All the characters. But because it's not easy, but I really wanted to let everyone know, hands down, I love you and I appreciate you.
Likewise. So we embarked on a lot for the last year.
A lot.
Right. Uncovering, unraveling the different thoughts from a male and a female's perspective.
Yes. Drop them gems to us. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay,
yes. Hello.
Right.
Yes.
So, today we're coming with just a season finale that we're going to just bring the guest that we did have on.
Yes.
Because our new setup is coming. Yeah. So we're going to have more guests this coming year.
I'm excited.
Right.
Yay. My dog got the raise it in. Listen, y'all not ready. Y'all don't know what's about to happen. Oh my goodness. They don't know. Okay.
Right. So,
all right.
So we're going to have them call in.
Okay.
Due to circumstances. But at the end of the day, we're just going to recap on memorable moments within what we recorded. The good times, the bad times, the private times.
Yeah.
T just brought up. Right. So, we hope you all sit back and enjoy.
All right.
And we'll get it started.
Okay.
All right. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Gemini Gems, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. So we're back.
Yes.
And what we're going to start with is my brother, Johnny.
Okay.
J-Clef.
All right.
We had him on, and he actually we had the conversation of conversating over relating, the whole premise of actually, do we find a common interest with each other instead of having a conversation after the common interest?
Okay.
Right? So we're going to give him a call.
All right.
And we're just going to let him just give his final thoughts.
All right.
Or his thoughts on
I like that.
how he feels.
Hello.
Maybe he felt like he should add something.
Hey.
Right.
Let's call caller. Let's go. All right. Johnny, we coming for you.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? J-Clef on the track.
J-Clef, that we gonna call him J-Clef. Let me write this down so I don't disclose his information. Right. Let me go ahead. J-Clef, what it do? Listen, let me go ahead and write this down right now. Go ahead. Hi.
What's going on? What's
What
going
is
on?
going on?
Nothing much.
So yeah, we
Nothing
coming to
much.
today with just reminiscing, recapping on what we did for the last year. I just mentioned about how we had the conversation. You and I had the conversation about people in relationships conversating over actually relating. Well, rather relate than conversate. Right.
Right.
So I said that you're going to give your final input about that topic. Well, not final, but just give your opinion, something you may have left out or anything like that. So I'm going to let you just do your spiel real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, go for it.
When it comes to relationships, whether people are having conversation or just relations, I do believe that relations is just the easier, especially nowadays, it's just the easier situation.
Right.
A lot of people avoid communication because they feel that a lot of drama may be involved, or it may take the relationship or what they perceive to be such a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It may take, a left turn or something like that. I think people a lot of times lean into what they want versus what they need.
Gotcha.
And when you discard what you need,
Mm-hmm.
it's easier to fall out of
Same.
communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just speaking from personal experience, where I was in two long-term relationships where there was no communication, I was miserable.
Right.
And it was simple things that I would have been able to speak on.
Okay.
But going into my marriage now, I enter my marriage from a standpoint of, this is what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I don't want to deal
Yep.
with.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're able to agree to these terms per se,
Right.
then we can make this work. And so far it has worked as far as keeping that open line of communication. And it's not easy.
Right.
Everything that I have to say or my wife may have to say may not be the easiest thing to hear,
Mm-hmm.
but it's necessary for progression. It's necessary for success in the relationship.
Right.
Is if you're able to, it's almost like taking constructive criticism. When you take constructive criticism, is not, oh, you were the best one up
Right.
there. It's
Right.
constructive. Is what you need to work on to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my viewpoint
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, one of the things I took from our episode was the fact of just having that open line and being real at
Yeah.
every point, where you just convey to the individual what are your concerns, whether it's
Right.
good or bad or positive or negative. I have to address the issue when it comes about. I shouldn't allow it to sit, right?
Right.
Yeah, you give your feedback with that. I'm listening.
Yes. It's if you're looking for something serious,
Mm-hmm.
I think we should realize that there's no shortage of humans. There's no shortage of people.
Right.
So if somebody is not able to give you what you need or what you want or
Well
whatever,
said.
there's somebody else that is able.
Facts.
We should never feel like there's any type of situation where we have to be stuck in something that we're not happy in.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we don't know we're unhappy,
Right.
but that's that open line of communication.
Right.
Hey, I don't like that you did this. And if that person is like, well, that's who I am. Okay, well, I don't need to be here.
Right.
Because if you're not even willing to compromise or even willing to, accept what I'm saying and change a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't need to be in this situation.
Right.
The only way to get to that point is to communicate.
Okay. So go ahead, T.
All right. So I wrote down a few things because I love what you just said. All right. So from my past experience and what I learned, because I was a person who did not communicate. And the reason why I did not communicate, and y'all might be like, what? T don't communicate? No.
Right.
In this situation, it was that I care about someone else's feelings over mine. And so I got locked into my past relationship too soon. And that was a big mistake. When you get locked in, meaning maybe you got a loan together, maybe you got a car note together, maybe you kind of dived in and live with each other. Like, that's what I mean by locked in. Like, we got locked in too soon. And it could have been within weeks. It could have been within months. It was just too soon. So when I'm already locked in, so guess what? I start getting quiet. Because I start to lose who I am, because now I'm like, okay, well, let me just do whatever you want me to do. And if I voice something, like you said earlier, the conversation will turn into an argument. It would be like, basically, why am I talking if you're going to over talk me? You're the alpha. You know, I'm a female. So it's just like, you can beat me. If it has to get physical, thank God it never got to be physical, but it's just the tone of voice. It's just well, I don't have a voice. So when you get locked in too soon, and I'm speaking from my experience, you kind of fade away. You kind of lose yourself instantly. You feel like you don't have that voice. You just become a yes person because you want to avoid whatever negativity that comes with it. But now I know better. So now it's like, okay, we have communication. So guess what? We need communication and honesty. And in order for me to, again, I'm always keep repeating this, in order for me to say what I need to say, and again, it might be criticism or anything else, but one, don't get offended so easily, like, but let me have my voice. But I have to tell myself, like, you know what, T? F their feelings. Not in a bad way. And when I mean by F their feelings, it's just like, hey, I need that mentality for me to have the courage to be honest and communicate what I need to say. So I just wanted to add that.
To kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, I think we also need to realize that we are kind of our most important asset. So in everything you're saying, kind of like being locked in, for example, because I was also in that situation in a long time ago where I was married before and we were living together and we quote unquote had children and all of that stuff. But I had to realize that even in all of that, I am my most important asset. Yes. My heart, my sanity, my lifestyle, whether it was healthy or unhealthy, like so many things were just going downhill, just like you say, because I was putting them and everything else above me. Yep. And I wasn't communicating or anything like that. But once I realized that I was my most important asset, I was able to communicate like, listen, this is not working out for me. Anything that we have together, you can have it all. Facts. I don't need anything but me and my sanity.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to walk away and things like that. But I do believe that if I had started out in that communication process, it probably would have never even gotten to that point.
Right.
Because I would have realized early, like, you know what? Hey, this ain't for me.
Right. Those red flags that we see, and it's just sad that we kind of tend to ignore the red flags. Right. And we're adults now. We mature. We receive most of these answer keys that we wish we would have had sooner, but they came right on time for us to move forward, to be in those healthy relationships. And congratulations, you're in a healthy marriage, and that's what T's striving for. And it's like, we need people to be like, you know what, I was there, but guess what? This is where I am now, because we learn from, our past experiences, what we call them baggage. And it's not all bad. It's just, past experiences. So I appreciate that.
All right. Yeah.
All right, bro. So that's J-Clef.
All right, J-Clef.
So I know he has to go. I appreciate you taking out the time to just be with us on our finale. And
thank y'all for having me.
Ain't no pressure, man. You'll be back again. So
yes, face to face, right?
For sure. Ooh. For sure.
Okay.
All right. All right, man.
All righty.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Because I remember that one when it was, like you said, to relate. in the conversation. So can you a little bit elaborate more for me when it comes to the relate, like relate meaning what?
So people think about relationships, but they don't understand the root of the word, which is relate. Right. So you have to have a common ground.
Okay.
Right. So the common ground could be the fact that you like music. That person like music too.
Okay.
The individual may like watching a particular show, or they may be interested in a particular activity. But see, what happens is it doesn't move on from there.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So then you start to build off of this rocky foundation.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm
and
saying?
it's shaky, you shouldn't move forward.
Right.
Okay.
So that's
gotcha.
the reason for having that type of conversation.
Gotcha.
And also too, for the ones that are you know, you're just coming across the content, go back and check. It's J-Clef and myself. We have the episode, so just check it out when you have the chance. All right.
Yes.
So we're gonna move further more.
All right now.
And I'm gonna try to get my brother on,
Okay.
my other one,
The
my other
one.
brother.
All right.
So this one that me and my brother did. Now this is I don't know what he want to call himself himself today, but
It's called Sir.
right.
We can just keep it at Sir.
But no, be positive music, right?
Yes.
So be positive. Really, they call him Pringle.
Okay.
All right. So this is my brother.
All right.
And what we talked about was actually love over loyalty.
Okay.
So which one you would rather have, the loyalty of the love? Me personally, I would say that I would rather the love over loyalty, because loyalty is really just based upon, or it's based upon condition.
Okay.
Right. I conditionally will be loyal to you based upon what you do for me.
Yeah.
And love is an action word, so you can weather through the storm of that.
Right.
Right.
That unconditional love.
Right. So we're going to give him a call.
All right.
And just go from there. All right.
Hi, I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Hey, can't wait. Can't wait.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, bro? So yeah, we back again.
Hi.
What's up, T?
How you doing, Pringle?
Fine, fine, and you?
I'm good. All is well. All is well.
Yeah. So we're basically doing our season finale, and we're just calling in the ones that have already been on the show and just expounding on the topic. And just for you to give maybe a final word on what we have had talked about, and also to any additional information that you may have came across that you can expound on. So with that being said, like I said, that we talked about love and loyalty, and that I was more in agreement of the loyalty based upon the fact that loyalty is based. I was in agreement to the love over the loyalty, because I believe that loyalty is based upon condition, whereas love for me is unconditional. So it takes more action, more, let's say, a depth within a dynamic, right? So I want you to just expound on that, and we can just go from wherever you take it. All right.
No, I don't take anything away from what you say. I just believe that there are, in addition to what you mentioned, there are still different types of love. I believe we also talked about agape love, right, which is the unconditional, no limits, no attachment. Doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
Like I love that agape love just demonstrates, like you said, no conditions, no limits. But then you go into the different types of love. But loyalty, definitely, I agree with you 100%. Far as the conditions, it's definitely conditional. It's one-sided, or I should say, in the way that we were talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
as far as relationships,
Mm-hmm.
they were just rather people be loyal, is loyal to their cause,
Right.
loyal for
Good
um,
one.
the reasons I want you to be here, and then after I'm done
Yep.
with you,
Yeah.
you are easily disposable.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
You know, so
Mm.
I agree with you far as
Mm.
that being conditional.
Okay. So I'm gonna let T get into it as well. So
Yeah.
go ahead, T.
So it's just I came across the man that passed away recently. Who was the guy that
Kevin Samuels.
so what's his name?
KS.
KS. So I'm gonna say KS, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
went back to KS videos and I was just like, to be honest, I don't see nothing wrong that he was saying to these grown girls, female. Okay. So I was just
Right.
like, why are some people upset at him for him speaking the truth that these women or grown girls they need to know, because they are there trying to chase the loyalty to get what they can get out of a person versus let me let me really see who you are, let me love you. And I was just like, this is crazy. And I was texting DP and I said, wait, these are grown girls out here really thinking like this, and they had the audacity to call him to
Yeah.
get his opinion. And I was like, oh, y'all don't know that's a grown man. And then the grown girls call on him. And I was like, well, y'all more on the team loyalty because you want to milk somebody from their success, what they're
Yeah.
working hard for. You not
Yeah.
at the practice, you not at the gym, you not doing them hours, but you want the benefits, what someone brings to the table. And I was kind of just like, oh my goodness, what we doing in our culture?
So before you jump in, they use this analogy. Women want the finish line. What's at the finish line, not the preparation to get to the finish line. Right?
Correct.
So go ahead.
But my thing is, the grown girls need to understand that it's a lot of fun in the preparation zone. Like, you get more benefits when you start at the preparation versus you just waiting to the finish line to get, I guess, married up, booed up, a baby, whatever you trying to get out of it, because that's like a life insurance. At the end of the day, they trying to get to the easy way out, not paying life insurance. The legal way, they trying to just have a baby because that baby gonna be your life insurance policy, that child support, all of that. That's how my mindset comes when it comes to them grown girls. Okay, so but back to the love over loyalty. Why is it that people don't think that love is the winner versus, you know what, over materialistic things or whatever they can get out of people? Because the only thing loyalty, in my opinion, that will bring will be the materialistic things, because it's just, again, I'm trying to milk you. Milk me for what? Guess what? Your money. So if you take away money, what else can you milk someone out of? If you already took away money, what else is there to give? I'm talking about on the loyalty part, not on the love. Because love, you have time. Love is unconditional. Basically, I want to get to know who you are. I want to know all your bag. I want to know the bad experiences, the good experiences, your future, your goals. Like, I want to know who you are. What are your goals? But if you take away money from loyalty, it's like, what else is there to give?
Is that from your standpoint, and what you're mentioning is so powerful. I believe that people grow up from or have been taught from their mom and their fathers and their peers and different things like that, or those mentors, to not experience love in its capacity, in its full capacity, because you're going to get hurt, right? So if you take it from the standpoint, there are mentioning KS, there are way more single moms out there taking care of their kids, right? And if you're talking about a single mom that's taking care of their kids, the lesson from that mother maybe more of a girl, don't worry about these men. Don't don't look at these men to cater to you and love you. Just go and use them. That's the overall message. In so many words, just get these men and just use them for money. Use them for gifts. Use them for a purse, shoes, a house, cars, clothes, right? Use them for, so in that lesson, the lesson becomes, or the finish line, like DP just finished saying, the goal line becomes the goal line becomes the bag. The goal line becomes the car. The goal line becomes the house. The goal line becomes all these other things that your single mom taught you, or your single parent taught you, right? And mentor taught you, instead of you having a marriage, right? Someone from a marriage would say, of 20 years, of 30 years, like my grandparents, they would say, listen, we done been through some tough times, but that joker over there, that knucklehead right there, gave me the best years of my life. Or, you know, that woman, she stressed me out, but if I had to do it all over again, I would do it with her.
Right.
Because of the love. So if you take it from that standpoint, the messages are being preached differently. So when they will go on his show, or even if you just run into someone, right? The overall thing is what you can do for me. Right? What am I going to get from this relationship? How can I benefit from this relationship? And it's because the past teaches us, or have taught us, how to look at life. And if we don't have any outside variable from what we've been taught to show us a different way, if we did not have somebody else come in and say, hey, you know, love, it's not all that bad.
Right.
You may experience hurt from this relationship, but I guarantee you that it will be worth it in the end.
Right.
Love is worth it. If you get that message somewhere down the line, your mind will change. You know what I mean? Your thoughts will change. But a lot of because I've watched KS episodes where girls called in. The problem with KS, or that they did not have truth in their life.
Right.
And what I have learned is I don't want to say a lot of times, when you introduce people to an opposing idea that they have had in their life, their very first reaction is to buck against you. Even if I tell you right now, if you told me yesterday I ate peanut butter and jelly, I'm gonna look at you, nah, because you wasn't there. And it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
And I got Alzheimer's.
Right.
I got dementia.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the very first thing is to buck against what I've been taught. Because what I think and what I've been taught and what I've learned should trump anything that anybody has ever said to me. And so when they call into KS says, no, let me tell you the truth. And what you have learned has been the opposing idea of what the truth is, because whoever gave you the opposing idea was hurt when they gave it. They've been hurt, so they want to transfer hurt and not transfer love. And that's the difference between the loyalty. So now that loyalty is being preached from hurt in the past relationships.
Yeah, I love that ideology.
Hello. I'm over here like, yes, because I wrote down the word hurt when you were speaking earlier. I was like, if whoever their teacher is, they were hurt. So how can we learn from someone who in this state of mind when they're hurt? Like, how can I trust what you're telling me, knowing you're in that bad toxic mentality that is sadly in a stage of mind that you're hurt. And it's sad that it's a repeated cycle. And what's happening is, guess what? You pass that down to generation. But we're here to like, hey, let's stop. Everybody, like, wait. Geminis Gemz, all of the family, the Drews and the Aces. Listen, we're here to say, guess what? Like, we need, and it's gonna take some years. If we were dealing with this for years already, I know we already starting. This gonna take more years, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I want people to be on team love. That's all. Because it's the winning team, and it's just like, it's so much fun. It is work. But when you build that healthy relationship, when you build that solid foundation, it's like you get the best out of both worlds versus the lane loyalty. So I'm on team love too.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I appreciate you taking out your time to talk with us, and not giving your final words, but giving another level to the conversation. And, I'm not going to take more of your time. I appreciate you taking your time. And
thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
So we'll just, we'll chop it up later. All right.
All right. Sounds good. Love y'all.
All right. Love you too.
Bro.
Be safe. Be blessed.
You too.
All right. So yeah.
All right. Like that was like, I was watching KS because I never saw KS sadly until after his passing. And it's just kind of, I'm not naive, but it's kind of bothersome that what are these, whoever these older generation teaching the new generation. And I get it. Like even what Pringle just said, it was nailed on because they're hurt. But it's like, when you're going to realize that the advice that you're receiving is not the right advice.
The advice that you're receiving is when things don't work out.
When things don't work out.
So it'd be at somebody's demise when they realize that it doesn't work out. So just to take it back to the love over loyalty. And what happens is with the parents that have fell out of love, they desire to be a person be more loyal to them based upon what they can give them. Right. So that's why I like how he did, unravel the reality that individuals are not conditioned to really know what love is, because they were tainted by the ones that should have taught them the right way of how to give love and how to even receive it.
Right.
So we're gonna go to our next phase, which is we're gonna try to bring Dricka back on.
All right.
And the topic that her and I talked about, as well as the other ones, based upon relationships, is actually the language, love languages.
Love languages.
Right?
Gotcha.
So you have your different types of love languages. And that episode, I'm not going to lie, because I got a couple of feedbacks.
Okay.
Her points was dead on.
All right.
As she went through it. And then mine was kind of taught to think more of a manly type way.
Okay.
But it may have not been to the best. So we're going to try to unravel that as we go through it again.
All right.
So I'm going to give her a call.
Yeah, I have a jewel call. Yeah.
So, yes.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
You can hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right, great. So, we're bringing on Dricka. Her and I did. What we're doing is recapping, doing our season finale on the different various topics that we had with the people that was invited onto the show. And you and I had did the love languages. We expounded on it, and the different types of love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, act of service, receiving gifts. So now what we're going to do is we're going to allow you to expound, maybe give your final word or additional thoughts to the conversation, so that you can just let our viewers and your followers know that we're still in connection, yes, but also too that, hey, I forgot to say this, so I want to say this now. Give you the opportunity to expound on the topic. All right. So, go ahead with it. Where you want to start, or you just want me to read it over with you again, or what?
I'm gonna start.
Go ahead.
Okay, so with the love language episode, basically, if you did watch it, I still stand on everything I said. But let me just add this.
Okay.
From after doing the episode, and still like with my everyday life and a relationship, I'm coming to see that all love languages is important. There's no one that is bigger than the other, no more important, because that's the statement I was making, that I had love languages that I found more important.
Okay.
But I do disagree with that now. I believe all love languages go hand in hand. Whether you make, whether you're doing 2 and your partner doing the other 3, but I think they all come together to make the 5 in total.
Oh, so you believe that one partner can bring in 2, and then the other can bring in the 3, and it can make it complete? That's
okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so since you're saying that makes that can make a whole relationship.
Hello.
That's a new way of actually looking at
Hello.
it, because the simple fact that, maybe I may not be good at, let's say, physical touch, but then you are. So it may complement the things that the times that I do lack giving the physical touch, because I do not the receiving of gifts, but maybe do the words of affirmation, give you the comfort that you need to your situation. So I like that ideology. So you got something to say with that before we pass it on to T?
I surely do, because
not yet. I said, do she has something?
Oh, you said she. I'm sorry.
Dricka,
girl, I'm sorry, girl.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. And just to the listeners, like, with love language, if your partner isn't, doesn't have the other love language, you have to keep them halfway. It's like,
repeat what you said. Sorry.
No, I just said, just with the love language, if your partner don't, they're not meeting certain love languages, that's fine. You just meet them halfway. Maybe they may lack that. They may lack physical touch, where you have to come in and have to just let them know, like, hey, you need to touch me, or you can do the touching. So, like, don't get upset, basically. Don't feel like, oh, he don't love me, this, that. Everybody don't have the, they don't have of all the love language. They only know how to do certain ones. So just teach.
I like that.
All right, now.
Go ahead, T.
Okay, so I'm going to piggyback off my girl, Dricka. All right, another drill on the mic. Okay, so where I'm at, so I wrote a triangle, right? Because when you was talking, I was like, okay, let me write this triangle. And in the midst of the triangle, to add to the love languages, I put friendship, chemistry, trust, and commitment. That's at the bottom, but it's like 2 in 1. And I was like, okay, cool. So I feel that we need to add those into the love languages, because friendship, chemistry, trust, and commitment comes with a whole package by itself. Now, to expound on when it's the lack, I'm kind of 50-50 to where I feel that it's up to that person to have that 100% understanding if that person is lacking in an area to where maybe is say if physical touch was like on your number 1 list, and what if your significant other does not bring that to the table? Are you okay with that forever? And if my answer is, you know what, if I'm not okay with whatever that person might be lacking, for me, I'll be like, you know what, maybe we're just not a good match. Because it will be certain things that I will accept and certain things that I would not accept. And it's like, is it okay to say, you know what, hey, that person not bringing X, Y, and Z to the table, but guess what? I'm going to just be okay with it. Like and I'm only speaking from my past experience. I did that before. And for me, it didn't work out because I was just accepting for whatever the other person was always, well, hell, at the end of the day, I was allowing that person to do that to do that towards me, but it's just I'm not at a place for me just to accept the lack. If I can live without it, if I can be like, you know what, okay, yes, you do X, Y, and Z more than this area, then I'm okay. But if it's something on my top list and I'm like, you really can't do what I'm asking for, and it might be little, then to me, I'd be like, you know what, no, we're just not a good match. And then for me, I need to move on. Because I did enough accepting of the lack. I did that, and I'm just not doing that again. So I just wanted to add to that.
What you saying now, I mean, I totally understand why you do feel the way you feel. But let me add a but. I feel like we can't go in every situation with that, because at the end of the day, nothing's perfect. And I feel like if you have a man that leads, protect, provides and does all these things that you want, but we're looking at the little things, these little petty things that they're not doing, and we make it big. And it's like that will ruin the whole relationship. We focus on that little 5% when this man is really like all the way at 95%, but you focus on what you're missing. So that really can make the relationship worse. And even with the love language, even if he's not coming with the quality time, and you know that's your thing. Just be like, hey, babe, let's go date. Let's go to Dave and Buster's. Let's go do this. Like little simple things. Like don't just throw it away just because that thing right there. And I get what you're saying. Like you waited and it wasn't that situation. But if you don't see a person adjusting to it, then yeah, it might be time for you to just be like, okay, that's it. But I totally understand what you're saying. But don't just let the little things outweigh the big things, because that could ruin a really good relationship.
Right. I like that.
So I want to ask the question, because T kind of opened my mind to this. With the love languages, is it just to be received? Go ahead, Dricka.
No. You have to know how to receive, accept. Also, two other points underneath it is like, things to avoid.
So real quick, repeat what you said, because you went out.
Okay. I said, I don't think that's the only, it's just not to receive love language. You have to also know how to accept it. You also have to know the triggers to avoid, like, making your partner feeling less valuable and feel appreciated. It's not just more so just accepting love language. You got to give that out too. Right.
It's also a giving, right? Because I said receiving gifts, but what about giving gifts? It should be also a part of the fivefold when it comes to love languages. So, do you got anything?
Do I have anything? I do agree with Dricka when she kind of say, hey, what if he just not giving you that additional 5% to be complete? Because like she said, no one is perfect. And I 1000% agree that no one is perfect. And so it's just, when it comes to the love languages, people need to be honest of what they will accept and what they want not accept.
I agree.
So once people at the end of the day know who they are, that's where the love languages kind of come in and get aligned, because it's just, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know, how are you able to express that in those love languages to the person who needs to receive it? So if you don't know, and you giving false information, they're going based off what you're giving. And then when they react to it, then you feel some type of way. And it's just like, no, but that's how I'm receiving, how you giving it to me. But it's like, no, let's just go back to you knowing who you are first, and then kind of dive into those love languages, because it's all work. And we have to do this every single day.
Yes.
Every day. We have to do all the positivity, whatever we spoke about for this past year already. We need to practice this every single day, and that's just how life goes. That's all I wanted to add. All right now. Hey.
Go, Dricka. I'm not saying nothing because I'm waiting for you to give your feedback.
No, I don't have nothing to say on it. I agree with he said. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so based upon what we have already grasped from you, love languages is reciprocated as well as to be given, right? So we appreciate Dricka taking out her time, out her busy schedule.
Hello,
right?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Right, and
Fine.
any final words before we let you go?
Yeah, I want y'all to like, follow, and subscribe.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. Nah, for real though, y'all go and follow, like, subscribe. They got good content and they consistent. Y'all come on now.
All right, we appreciate
the love,
that.
girl. Appreciate it.
All right, so you have a good one. Thank you for taking out your time.
I'm gonna see you soon.
All right, Gemini.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So yeah, so just to top it off, love languages, and you had your 5 love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, act of service, receiving gifts, and just to just go back, and tap in with it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. T, anything that you want to add on to before the final episode?
So for the
ends?
final episode, because I put down QT, and guess what? That quality time is so needed. Like when I was listening to the other affirmations and the list of the love languages, and the one that like triggered me was the quality time. Like, how are you? Like, you have to keep dating. You have to keep spending time with someone in order to know if they're growing, they're still kind of still in the middle, did they fall down? It's just like you need to spend the QT in order to see what that person's mindset, because we could do a lot texting or over the phone, but when you have that alone time with no distractions, the cell phone could be on silent. You ain't looking at your device, social media, oh my God, work, whatever, the kids. No, once all that goes, to the side, guess what? Y'all need to reconnect, because if you don't, I feel like that's when the distance and the space come, and then you guys will kind of walk away from each other. And then it will kind of be, in my opinion, hard to, let's get it back. Like, okay, it's been 2 days. All right, that's enough. Because you need that QT to keep going. And again, we have to do this every single day. And that's what I learned from Gemini Gemz. What we're talking about, whatever it is that we're talking about, we have to do this every single day. Also, the top 3 that I kind of also have, it was leadership. When we did an episode on leadership, please, I encourage for those who like, you know what, am I a leader? Or do you want to be, or if you have anyone in your circle, like, really go back to what we have on leadership, because the characteristics on leadership, we spoke the truth on leadership. And the thing about it, we need more leaders. We need more leaders than followers. It's cool to have the followers and all that on social media for us to grow and all this, what we have on a platform and what everybody else has going on. But behind this, in my opinion, it's just, not to say my opinion, but for what I'm saying is, I want to see a tribe of more leaders. Right. So that's that. Reminisce. I had a good time with that episode with you when we reminisce on our childhood, because I don't know if you guys know, like DP and I, we known each other for years. Okay, it was a roller coaster, and it's still a roller coaster that's going on to this day. But it's like that reminiscent episode, like how he even laughing, because he knows the truth. Is like, this is who we are, and it is a blessing that I'm with my brother DP, and it's just a flashback when I know him since middle school. And we've grown now. We in our X, Y, and Z, whatever age. And it's like, dang, we still here. So that was
not even that old. So you act like we so old.
Guess what? We up there.
But y'all girls don't be wanting to say y'all age and all that stuff.
My son,
so
mommy,
we on
said,
for that.
My son said, Mommy, how old are you? And I was like,
old.
Well, how old you think I am? I told my teacher you 12. You told your TG12. So I told him the real age, but back to it.
She ain't gonna say it.
So the last one I also encourage is I like the one that we did, time versus money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sadly where most of those KS episodes, I did like a 3 or 4, but it just goes back to where the grown girls really only trying to chase the money. And it's just like, who are teaching you for you to be successful, whatever that means to you? So why is it that you don't want to be successful for your own brand, for your own legacy, and what you can bring to the table other than what's in between your legs? Because that can only go so far. So it's just time over money. And for T, I'm team time. That QT all the time. You could probably make money doing the same time, but for you to chase males or whatever your preference are just for their money, it's sad. But also tune into the time versus money. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who been riding with us for the first year. Special thanks to all of our guests who came on when I was sick or when I was not sick. Like, y'all held it down. It was a lot going on within that year that fast, and I was like, whoo, we had a village that just came through. So I really love you all. I love our current viewers, my followers, our future ones. Miss T always blessing over Gemini Gemz just to increase and just to grow, because it's going to happen. So I just want to say thank y'all, and I really look forward to the next upcoming year because it's going to be a change, and I'm just looking forward to what we have. And DP told us to get ready for August. I ain't going to tell y'all what was on that calendar in August, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, dang, we can do that. And guess what? We can. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So I really appreciate you, DP, and I love you for that.
No pressure. I
But
love
go
you
ahead.
too, T.
That's
You're my
it.
sis, right?
Yeah.
For years.
For years.
You feel me?
You know, in the desert. Like
I was telling someone that it's some things I know about you that you are even shocked even to today that I still remember.
Yes.
And there's some things like I know about T. T don't even know I know about.
Damn. I hope it's some good stuff. Like,
Yeah, no
it's
doubt.
good.
No
Okay.
doubt. No doubt. And bad.
And bad. I can do both.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I'm gonna have 3 as well. Of course, What a Man Wants, as well as Make Room for a King.
Okay.
And Intimacy.
Okay.
And all of it is just really trying to understand the opposite, trying to understand the perspective of the opposite.
Facts.
And then grow from there.
Facts.
Because I think a lot of times we don't try to understand and then proceed to grow thereafter. The understanding is given. The understanding is given, right?
Right.
So outside of that, I believe that we're going to grow. Also, too, I do like the relationship, building a healthy relationship series that T put together last year.
Yeah.
So we have something in the future that's going to expand our horizon.
Hello.
And T be sometimes closed-minded, tunnel vision. No, we need to do it like this. No, let's open our what they say, open our eyesight or just open our vision.
Yes.
And then let's move forward,
Yeah.
right? So we appreciate y'all love so far.
Yes.
The likes, the comments, the subscriptions. We hope that we just grow. We know that we're gonna grow from this point on.
Right.
Just talking confidently. If you haven't caught up to our episodes, make sure you do take out the time. I even had gotten some calls like, bro, I didn't get a chance to catch up, but I'm gonna make it happen.
Yes.
Just to give more content, more conversation to our conversation. Right. So that's the reason for us to actually starting this platform, just to make you think of a Gemini's perspective, because they always think we two-sided.
And we're not.
You are.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
I had to scratch my head because I was like, girl, who you speaking for? Wait, pause.
Let's bring it back, right?
There you go.
Right.
But it was meant for me.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
So and just to give also to give off great energy between opposite sex.
Right.
Because everything isn't controversial.
No.
At the same time, there are debates that can happen and you can have a great conversation having whatever debacle that you may have with the opposite, right?
Right.
So ain't talking about no war or nothing like that, but yeah. And also too, for the future, know that more guests will be on, especially this year coming.
I can't wait.
Right.
Yay.
So we thank you.
Yes.
We thank you.
Gemini
and we thank
season is coming up.
Okay.
Yes. Oh.
So
Okay.
what you gonna do?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's just, I'm gonna do a whole 360.
Y'all be excited. Y'all be excited.
And then when it's time to press play, what happened? I'll be like, dang, girls, we gotta do better.
Right.
Listen, don't you put that in a text message if you can't deliver. I learned that years ago. So you know what I do? Just be all about action. Don't even talk about it.
Right.
Don't even.
Right. But this is a platform for us to talk, so we're gonna talk about it, but make sure we back it up thereafter, right?
Oh, I can't wait. But thank y'all.
So yeah.
All right.
So I'm your boy DP.
Hey.
This my girl T.
Hello.
And we Gemini Gemz.
Yes.
That's Geminis with the S.
Yes.
Gems with the Z. And what we do,
Hey
T?
y'all, we dropped them gems.
We dropped them gems.
Yay. Gemini season coming
And understand
up.
this too.
It's tomorrow. Go ahead.
And understand this too. We know we had like 2 more guests.
Yes.
But due to circumstances that we could not, phone them in.
Right. They coming back.
But they're coming back.
They are coming
and it's
back.
coming in full effect.
Hello.
All right. So
Yes.
look, shout out to them as well.
Yes.
Again,
Kimmy.
Yummy. Right.
Okay.
And your girl. Right. So
yes.
yeah, make sure that you tap in with us. All right.
Yes.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.